Red Pill disclaimer. Welcome to Gawdzell's channel. By watching this video, you are choosing to take the red pill and see how deep the rabbit hole goes. All opinions expressed are Gawdzell's alone, and any copyrighted content belongs to its respective owners. Viewer discretion is advised.
Can you see it now? Can you see the Matrix for what it truly is?
Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode, another video, another great video. Stay tuned. You already know what we like to get into on this channel. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. Let's get right into it.
Now, Serena Williams, I gotta do this shit again. What in the fuck happened to you? You don't look like the same motherfucker. Not even a little bit. You look crazy and the motherfucker on this picture on the right. But you know what they said, Miss Swan? That's a big fact. But you look like a different motherfucker. You got you looking like a horse over there on that bottom right corner. Kinda look like motherfucking Tia Kemp. Look at everything about you, just look crazy as a motherfucker. Look like you're about to go yeehaw around this bitch. It's weird as much. Your skin complexion check. Why in the fuck is you bleaching your skin? You motherfuckers need to be happy with the skin you're in. I love my motherfucking complexion. Shit, sometimes I wish I was darker. That's a big fact. You look treacherous. Now, I don't want none of you motherfuckers in here in the comments, oh, leave her alone, leave her. I don't give a fuck about none of these celebrities. I roast any of the motherfuckers. They're all evil. And she looked like she got evil in her. Face mask looking ass. Look at the motherfucking hair. Everything look crazy as a motherfucker. See, you on the left, the motherfucker kept saying you looking like a, you know what I'm saying? I don't see the motherfucking album type on that picture, but people have been saying that shit. And this picture of you, Serena Williams, looks insane. I don't know what your husband did to you, but you might need to leave that motherfucker alone, dog. And every time you're in a video, you're doing some goofy ass shit, making goofy ass faces. I don't know what happened to Serena. But if you got a theory on the shit, I got a bunch of them. Clone, face mask, bleaching skin, you're not who you say you motherfucking are, all type of shit. You got one, let me motherfucking know, dog. Peace. Now, Serena.
She do look crazy, I can't lie. I don't remember her looking like that. She used to look better than that, I thought. That's crazy.
Wake up, my people, wake up. This is what they're trying to do with the world. I'm a 90s baby, so I remember, yo, they used to, if you had a birthday party in the 90s at McDonald's, and they hooked it up, and you had your table and your cake in your section, and y'all will play there, that was like Six Flags to us, I promise you. That was an elite birthday party. Look at all of the colors. You know what I'm saying? Look at the creativity. You know, look at the attention to detail. Now everything looks like a prison. You know what I'm saying? Everything is, it lost its flavor. It lost its color. It lost its essence. And that's not only McDonald's. That's like 95% of companies now. You know, there's no more creativity. There's no more flavor. There's no more light to it. There's no more essence. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that happening? You know what I'm saying? We're not computers. We're not robots. You know, we need a little spice, little pizzazz. This is wild. Wake up, my people, wake up. This is what they're trying to do.
Gotta have a little soul to it, you know?
According to psychology, the highest form of love is consideration. When someone thinks about how things would make you feel, pays attention to detail, and holds you in regard when making decisions that could affect you. In any bond, how much they care about you can be found in how much they consider you. According to psychology, the highest form of love is consideration. When someone thinks about how things would make you feel, pays attention to detail, and holds you in regard when making decisions that could affect you. In any bond, how much they care about you can be found in how much they consider you. According to psychology, the high
I'm smoking gas, getting dough. I don't do Molly no more. Back in the day.
Let me tell you this: if any world ending
Juice WRLD though, freestyle, for real.
event's gonna happen, California gonna be the first to fall. You recognize that after the pandemic. It's called the pandemic, right? Everybody moving because the land is not suitable to live on. Of course, you in Malibu is beautiful, but if you in LA Hawthorne, it's treacherous. Me, I'm from the Bay. Of course, if you in Walnut Creek, the Bay Area is beautiful. But nigga, when you living in East Oakland, bro, when you live, you don't even have to live in the East, bro. The Bay in California is so fucked up that you have to go through the trenches to get to your everyday necessities. Then niggas from the trenches come to y'all because we hurting. So that was, man, bro. I can only imagine what's going on these days. I know niggas doing anything. I seen videos of niggas walking in CVS just breaking it off. Yeah, California gonna be the first to, that shit gotta get reset over there. I heard that motherfucker gonna go underwater anyway. Let me tell you this.
I mean, that's basically what all famous people and, you know, a lot of highly weird stuff be going on. So, yeah, they definitely gotta be the first state to fall, if anything.
We are eating.
When a woman accidentally left a rechargeable fan running on her back porch, it didn't go unnoticed by a local squirrel who was trying to beat the Texas heat. And when Bree spotted the little guy splooting comfortably in front of the fan, she couldn't help but think about all of the other squirrels in the area who hadn't been lucky enough to find their own personal cooling device. Even though she had never exactly considered herself a squirrel enthusiast, she knew in that moment that she wanted to do something for them. And she decided to open a state-of-the-art backyard squirrel resort, which is now open for its second year in a row. She started by adding more fans, giving more squirrel neighbors the chance to cool down at the same time. But just creating more space to cool off wasn't enough, so she added plenty of water and snacks, and even built the squirrels their own courtyard to really give the space a nice lounge feel. More and more squirrels started showing up to try out the cool new spot in town, and they rated it a perfect 5 acorns on Squirrel Yelp. Eventually, Bree and her husband decided it was time to expand the squirrel resort into the backyard trees, and they've now built an entire squirrel walk between some trees, which provides the squirrel patrons with additional convenience and more space to hang out. I'm Jen, and I post something positive every day. When a woman accidentally left a rechargeable fan
I want to talk about this for one reason and one reason only. Not to go down the rabbit hole of speculation of what this thing is over Mexico, but I believe this is complete bullshit and a ploy by Marvel Universe. Tell me if that is or is not the arc reactor that's inside of Tony Stark. When I saw this in the multitude of fucking rabbit hole, conspiracy, content creators, fearmongers, even that you want to say, grasping to something to talk about because they can't think of no original content off their mind, so they're just repeating each other. But that's nor here or there. They ran to this. And every time I saw a post run to this, I automatically thought, Iron Man. Am I the only person that thought that? Is that or is that not the fucking arc reactor? But hey, it's a weather anomaly. Who knows what's going on? That happens to be fucking 3,000 kilometers wide. Where the fuck are we?
What is he? What? I'm confused.
Is this a ploy from Secret Wars Doomsday or something? That's what I think it is. I think it's just some Marvel fucking bullshit.
Probably.
Am I the only one that thought that?
Why do you smell bad? Perspiration does not smell unless you're toxic. So you say, well, that's not sociable. That's not admissible. I can't go out in the world like this. I gotta stop this. So what are you really doing? The body's last desperate attempt to get rid of toxins through perspiration. What is the normal way of detoxifying? Through the liver and the feces, through the kidneys and the urine, through the breathing, you're breathing out carbon dioxide and so on. But when everything is blocked and the liver is overloaded and the kidneys are overloaded and the body tries to get rid of things through perspiration, you say, oh, nobody, you can't do that to me. It's not sociable. And you block it. You stop it. So what are you doing? You're pushing these toxins right back into the lymphatics, right back into the breast. Then you're surprised there's breast cancer. It's a contributing factor. I'm not saying it's the only thing. In men, it's a different story. Breast cancer in men is rapidly increasing. It's now 1% of female. And in men, it's particularly aggressive. You can't use ointments or creams or minerals or anything underarm except a little soap and water or maybe a little vinegar water. And then you say, yes, but I smell. What's my answer? Eat right and you won't smell.
Let's talk about FOMO, the fear of missing out. Now, FOMO is an illusion that your brain creates to make you feel like that you're missing out on something. In reality, you are not missing out on nothing. You are exactly where you need to be right now. You have to understand that in life, nothing will pass you up that is meant for you. No person, no event, no opportunity, nothing. Whatever you lost, whatever you missed out on was not supposed to happen at that moment. It's nothing you could have did. It's nothing nobody else could have did. It just wasn't aligned. You have to start being comfortable in your life no matter what happens. Trust that wherever you are for a reason. Even if you are broke right now, even if everything is going wrong, you are meant to be there so you can learn. Everybody has their own lane and own pace in life. Do not get off track trying to look at somebody else's lane. You're going to get everything that's meant for you when it's time. I love y'all. Let's talk about FOMO, the fear of missing out. Now, FOMO
broadcasting. They're casting spells to a wide audience, north, east, west, and south. Red for fear, blue for trust. Every word you listen to is molding your mind in some formal way. Your reality is your mind pushed outwardly. Every thought you thought in the past has led you to this very point right now watching this video. Your life is a result of your mind. You need to protect your mind at all cost. They don't govern your body, they govern your ment, which is your mind. It's mind control, because your reality is a result of your mind. Everything you see around you began as a thought in the mind. This pen was a thought before it is a physical thing. Everything begins in the mind before it manifests physically. The world you see around you was manifested from the mind of God. You are a thought in the mind of God. Here we are, people. Manifestation mastery. If you don't know how your consciousness creates your own reality, this is what you need. This teaches you everything you need to know on how to weave your own path, how your consciousness interacts with the world. Plus, we got like a real lectures section where I break down the truth about everything on occultism, esotericism, how to advance mentally, spiritually, physically. Plus, you get all of my books, plus 45 other occult and esoteric books, all PDFs you can gain access to. We also talk about health, meditations, and the
Half the black men in most major cities in Black America have been unemployed consistently for the last 30 years. Consistently unemployed. 50% for the past 30 years. Philadelphia, Baltimore, Detroit, Chicago, go to any major city and your unemployment rate for black males has been at 50% or greater. Now, whenever they have this conversation on crime, the narrative always is we need more police and we need more jails. You never hear anything about we need a stronger economy in the inner city because America has no plan to employ black men. You can't destroy your people by giving them economic opportunity. So they will not do it. And our elected officials, Congressional Black Caucus, Urban League, NAACP, Black Leadership, Black Church, none of them advocate for economic employment either. So that has been that economic empowerment for black men in America has been the elephant in the room whenever we talk about our political progress. And it must be tied to the violence because most of the violence that we see in our community is in a large part an outgrowth of the stress that is associated with not being able to provide. Half the black men in most major cities in Black America have been unemployed consistently for the last.
Is apple cider vinegar bad for you? Any vinegar is bad for you because your body already makes vinegar. This vinegar is called alcohol. That's what the fermentation process is for. Notice in order to cook wine, in order to make wine, you have to ferment the wine. You see that? Your body already do these things. You go through a digestive process called irrigation fermentation. Y'all think I'm lying? Look this stuff up. So you already make vinegar. You already make alcohol. You already make DMT. You already make THC. You make all of these things. The chemical constituents that the mushrooms give you make it between the hours of 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Everything that you need is already within you. And that's why we have an addictive personality. Notice what we are addicted to. We're addicted to what our bodies already naturally make. We're addicted to alcohol. We're addicted to sugar. You are the most sugar content being on planet Earth. Carbon is sugar. Melanin is sugar. You are made of these fructose and these glucoses and these galactoses. That's why you're addicted to the sugar. What they do is they process it. Everything that your body's supposed to do to the foods, what they done figured out is if they do it before you get it, you would never have the substance, but you would get pieces of it, so it wants you wanting more. So like for instance, they'll take sugar and then they will bleach it. They'll take all of the melatonin out of the sugar. Then once they bleach it, they'll heat the sugar up and then they'll break it down again and give it to you. Well, that's the same thing that happens when you eat sugar. You take all of the carbon constituents out of it. This carbon constituents then turn to water. Then you fire off that water as fuel called adenosine triphosphate. So they do it before you get it. Then you get it and you get the stimulation from it, but you never get the yielding energy from it. And this thing's turned very, very gnarly chemistry in the body and becomes acidic. Now when your body becomes acidic, it gives on a mucosal membrane response. Now you got mucus everywhere that's just suffocating the body. It wasn't a mucus problem though. It was the acidic food problem because you're eating things that are processed. And then a lot of us don't even know how to combine our foods. You know, I've never seen anybody in nature have a 3-side plate where they got proteins, grains, and they got a salad on a plate. I've never seen that in nature, y'all.
Nature do be showing us what's right though, for real.
DJ Shaquille O'Neal shows demonic visuals at his first 360 show that sold out. Oddly enough, he commented this on one of my videos a while ago, and he said, "They even got me, man. Save me, someone please." Now, he could be trolling, or is this the truth in plain sight? And when you take a look at his visuals, I mean, someone getting crucified with chains, you have this woman praying with horns on her head, and I mean, you got skulls with horns on them and all kinds of stuff. And I'm not saying these two are correlated, but Shaq is a open and proud Freemason.
Can we get a close-up on that? Yeah. What is the profession?
Yo, which profession are we talking about?
Just look at it. Is it a legal profession? Of course it's legal. It's a legal my profession. I'm trying to read it. Okay. There's too many diamonds. Yeah, that's too bright. That's too bright. Go ahead anyway.
Oh, Mason, are you a Mason?
Of course I am.
Okay.
You secret syrup. Well, you might as well put your pinky out when you drink your drink. Put your pinky out.
DJ Shaquille O'Neal shows demonic visuals.
They're not playing. Of course I am. He meant that.
Balenciaga, what in the fuck is this shoe? They have decided to create the Nacho Tuesday Mucinex Slimy Booger Stepper 3000.
What is that, man?
I really gotta
That's
know who's the person that put alien up under this shoe and thought this shit was clean. Like these shoes look like they was baptized in Nickelodeon slime. Not only that, they thought this shit was so clean that they started to make other versions of this. These niggas that made the Pink Panther boogers and the Halloween loogies. Yeah, Balenciaga has to be stopped before they make something even more diabolical than this shoe right here. These shoes have titanium infused Goop Scoop sealed on the bottom of these diabolical high heels. And if I ever see somebody wearing these manifestations of this abomination, you will become one of my videos. Y'all gonna let me know what y'all think about this ass shoes in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. And remember.
So they out here making snot shoes. Really, y'all? Come on, man. What is that? Get out of here. Ain't nobody buying that.
Okay, then of course it's 3 a.m. Oh yes, 12 a.m. I hear, girl. How's your baby though? So cute and so cute. Oh. No. I hate humans. Humans I hate. So, okay, then of course it's.
And the reason why you're going through these particular changes is because your physical body is the low level, but your spiritual body is now getting to the point that it is rejecting your physical body. Now let me explain this. What this means is, if you have a goal in mind, and you were an advanced incarnation that came back down here to be at a period of time or learn a certain amount of discipline that you can help your people. And 98% of everybody in here is that type of person. How many people in here want to know knowledge? First of all, raise your hand. How many people are interested in knowledge? If you're interested in knowledge and you love knowledge, for the simple fact 10, 15 years ago, we would have had to been out partying somewhere. or in some church somewhere. But the mere fact you sitting up in a damn classroom on Saturday night lets you know that you are an advanced soul. Because if you weren't an advanced soul, there's no way that you would accept this. You would reject this just like the average black person.
Right.
So you agreed to come back in the future and help your people. What is happening, because now you have been sunk into slavery, or you have actually lost your mind and you now just regaining your memory. What is actually happening here is this. You had a contract that you needed to doggone fulfill, and you're obligated to fulfill that contract. So now what is happening is your higher spirit is the one that incarnated back down here. So let's say your higher self or your true self have a goal in mind. They want you basically to understand a certain amount of knowledge that is key for itself to wake up. Your soul wants you to understand a certain amount of knowledge that is key for your soul to wake up. But yet you have other agendas. And all of a sudden when you find these other agendas, no matter how hard you try, they seem to fail over and over and over again. You will understand that your own energy, your inward energy, is making a hostile environment around you, because it wants you to liberate it by giving it the keys and the nourishment that can make it grow and illuminate. You getting this? So what will happen is it will actually reject the physical body. And so everything around you will repel from you. You see? And you won't understand what is happening, why your job, why all this, and why all this here, and why I can't seem to do this, and why I'm a failure, and all of this, and you can't understand what the hell is going on. It's going on for the simple fact that your spirit's saying, I don't want that shit. I've been down here enough far through many incarnations for the bullshit. So I just don't want another life. I came back down here to do a certain job. So until this damn nigga finds out, we'll both have problems, to the point where as I will even bring him down to death so I can get the hell out of the body and just be a force myself. So this is what's actually happening right now. Why, as I guarantee you right now, most people that came into some type of consciousness, you're having money problems. That's guaranteed. Also, you got to understand some of the other people who seem to do all right is the most dead. You see what I'm saying? You got some people that ain't about shit, but they don't never suffer about nothing. About like the white man. And some black people. That is because their souls are still too young, especially black people. We're talking about us now. Their souls are still very young. And at this particular time, by their souls being very young, they are still intrigued with this bullshit because they haven't gone through it enough. So they ain't intrigued with all the physical bull out there because they haven't been here long enough. But you are, hopefully it's supposed to be you. No matter how much wealth you get, something is still wrong. Something is still not pleasing. And that is because don't negate your contract of what you're supposed to be doing in this particular time. And the reason why you're going through these particular changes is because your physical body.
That's the most stressful thing you can do to your body, is wake up in the morning and plunge yourself in cold water. I'm talking about 20 below freezing water for 3 minutes. It's good if you get your whole entire body and immerse your head in there and you sit in there for up to 3 minutes. This is some of the most stressful things you can do to your body. But guess what it does? It actually brings on heat shock proteins. Heat shock proteins is very, very good for the body because it starts to burn visceral fat. It burns brown fat and it burns white fat. It speeds up your metabolic process. It releases so much dopamine that is crazy. You'll be happy for the rest of the day. Same thing that a sauna do. So in sauna is stressful. When you put your body into certain types of degrees of Fahrenheit of heat, it releases heat shock protein. It releases dopamine. It increases blood flow. So stress is amazing. It's Wim Hof, the Wim Hof method. He teach you how to breathe in the cold, and he teach you how to introduce your body to these stresses, because stresses release cortisols and hormones in the bloodstream, which actually alerts what you would call the lymphatic defense system, or what they call the immune system. Now you got all these immuno cells inside the body, cleansing, detoxing, strengthening, and rebuilding. So we do need stress. That's the most stressful thing you can do to your body, is
I mean, you look at, to take a play on it, you look at, you know, sports, pro sports. A lot of pro sports teams that play in America, they get a special tax in every state they go play in. And even if their home isn't there, they got to pay a tax in that state. So they really figure out a way to give us the illusion of freedom. But at the end of the day, all of us are still slaves as long as we're under this system that they put in place over us. And the crazy part about it is the people, us as the people, we still don't realize how much power we have. Oh, no. We have so much power, especially in collaboration. They prove to us that the world won't end if you shut it down. When they shut it down for that sickness, right? They shut the whole thing down. They turned it off, turned the switch off. When they canceled the NBA, I knew they were shutting it. I said, they canceled the NBA?
Yeah.
Nah, it's going.
Yeah, that's how everybody knew. Wait, LeBron ain't playing? Oh, man.
I was like, wow, this is real. But guess what? It came back on again. And so why can't we shut the world down? Us as the people. Yeah. Because we're too divided. Divide and conquer tactics has us going against each other. And I'm jealous of him and I'm jealous of her. And she's doing better than me and he's doing better. And he's this color and he's that color. And he's this and he's that. And he's this politician, Democrat, Republican. It's just too much fighting. I mean, you look at, to take a play on it, you look at, you know, sports.
Everyone too divided. We can't even get on the same page. So that's not going to happen until we get on the same page. But hey, it is what it is.
So apparently this happened in Minnesota tonight, y'all, during a baseball game. And it got so bad that this thing appeared. Look at this, y'all. Are y'all kidding me? That dark rainbow, that dark arc. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see all that flashing? And this just happened in Florida too. We had a lot of flashes here. This rainbow thing was seen all over Minnesota. Check it out. Y'all see that plasma bouncing off of it? We were just talking about this earlier, weren't we, right? It says 65,000 people are without power in the area. But look at all that flashing going on. Check it out, y'all. Wow. This is literally like a camera. Y'all, look at that sky. Look at that sky. And they had to cancel the concert and there will be refunds given. Look at this, y'all. Look at that sky. Bro.
Why the world look orange like that? It is spooky. Spooky.
And then this was the sun the other night, y'all. Look at that. Are you kidding me? When I tell you these times are amazing, these times are amazing. And the sun just barely entered Leo, y'all. Things are going to heat up. It's not even in Virgo yet. The sun is behind. You see how these rides are shutting down in all of these amusement parks? Yeah, y'all better buckle up because it's gonna be a bumpy ride. Let me know what you guys think about this video down in the comments below.
A third person from Ontario has died in a listeria outbreak connected to recalled plant-based milk. The contaminated products include Silk brand and Great Value brand beverages. Federal health officials say 20 people have been infected across 4 provinces. 15 of them have been hospitalized.
The most severe risk is in people who are on the extremes of age, the oldest among us, the youngest among us, also in pregnant women, and in people who are immunocompromised. Those are individuals who are at risk for very severe infections. The bacteria can get into the intestines, it gets absorbed, it gets into the bloodstream, and then it has a predilection for going to the brain and causing a pretty severe meningitis. Most people who are not, in the extremes of age or pregnant or immunocompromised, they'll have a diarrhea-like symptom, they'll have gastroenteritis, mild to moderate, usually it self-resolves, but certainly this can cause more severe infection in those who with risk factors. We see it occasionally in the hospital. We can treat it, we can diagnose it, but the key thing here is to prevent it.
Don't believe what I say. Research what I say. Your pastor's not going to tell you that. A lot of people aren't going to tell you that. Why? They want you to believe what they say without question, without doubt. It's called blind faith. This is not the Blind Faith Network. This is the Learn How to Become a Leader and Research and Bring Solutions to Problems Network. This is all about getting the knowledge, understanding the knowledge, and looking up the knowledge for yourself so you yourself can come up with your own hypothesis and conclusions as to what this knowledge is and how it can affect and change your life and the lives of others. So if that's what you're on, you're in the right place. Anyone who's trying to force their ideology down your throat and make you see it their way without telling you, hey, go look this up. Go check it out for yourself. If they can't tell you to do that, there's a problem. Don't believe what I say. Research what I say. Your pastor's not.
White niggas just be in the garage just making shit. I don't know what niggas be doing. We just always gonna be in fucking last place, bro. Cause You niggas ain't even trying. I don't know what the fuck he about to come up with, because I ain't even watched the whole video, so it is what it is. But what I'm saying is, it's getting real. It's getting real fabrication up in there. That's what the fuck I'm seeing. You niggas definitely don't know how to weld. It be like two niggas. How we gonna take over the world? And you niggas can't even make a fucking scooter. Damn, bro. It's the type of white I want to be, bro. Like, for real. It's like I be wasting my damn days. Why the fuck don't none of my friends know how to do? These niggas is some crackheads. Damn, I just thought about that shit. All my fucking friends do is smoke all day. Fucking crackhead, bitch. Go outside and build a fucking bike while I whoop on that ass. Fuck, nigga. Why?
I told y'all they trying to desensitize niggas to death, bro, and dying. Because why is circle chain is a trend? Why is talking about niggas getting put on circle chains a
Are you one of those people that wake up and never think to wash their face? Well, that may change after this video. As y'all can see, my boy trapped some skin cells on some tape and put it under the microscope to see what's on his face that he can't see. And trigger warning, what you about to see, it might fuck your head up. And then he adds a few drops of magical solution and watch the magic work. Because now you can see little ass centipedes that was on your face. Little ass worms and maggots that was on your face. Ticks and bugs that was on your face. I don't even know what the fuck that is. You have alien creatures that is literally on your face. And those same little specimen creatures that you just seen, yep, if you don't wash your face, they can crawl inside of your pores and have your face look like you're recovering from a slap-off competition that you lost. Moral of the story, you got little ass bugs on your face.
Wash your face.
You might want to go wash your face.
Right.
Like and follow for more
Go
wisdom.
wash your face, because that was nasty.
It is possible to connect with this intelligence here in your forehead. And that is the goal of meditation. The goal of meditation is to access pure consciousness, to become one with the source. Guys, if you're sitting in a chair chanting Om with your eyes closed, you will never access pure consciousness. You can do this for years, and I've seen many people do it for decades, and they don't really attain any breakthrough because they're not connecting with anything. Their eyes are just stagnant. Their eyes are just looking into nothing. It's just closed. The real way to meditate is to connect with the intelligence here. And the only way to connect with this intelligence, you need to center your point of focus and concentrate here. In yoga, they call it Shambhavi Mudra, and in English, it translates to eyebrow gazing. So, and the ancient teaching, the ultimate secret from the East, how to properly meditate, how to access pure consciousness, you must develop a strong eye where you can do this. This is meditation, folks. This is the secret, or this is this truth that they have been hiding from you. This is meditation. By me focusing, I am now connecting with that pure consciousness, that higher.
If you got some negative people, they have negative thoughts and then they die. And when they die, those thoughts still live. And they go up in the astral plane and bounce around until they find a host. And a host, they can only gravitate towards a host, and the host is a person who's thinking negative. Or, you know what I'm saying? And so they'll latch on to you or they'll come in your house. That's why you got to get some stuff called, what's the name of that stuff? It's called creolin. Let me spell that. You got to get this stuff called creolin. How you spell creolin, you know?
C-R-E-O-L-I-N.
C-R-E-O-L-I-N, creolin. It's all-purpose cleanser. What you put that in your house, anything negative got to get the hell up out of it. Smell like, got to get the hell up out of it. It smells like strong magic marker, like permanent magic marker. Now, how many people got hardwood floors? Because you got hardwood floors, that's good. But if you don't, if you have carpet, you at least got to do the bathroom or the kitchen. As long as you get that shit in your house, mop the kitchen with it. And nothing negative can stay in your house. If you got some negative people, they have negative thoughts and then they die. And when they die, those thoughts still live.
And they go up in the astral plane and bounce around until they find a host. And a host, they can only gravitate towards a host, and the host is a person who's thinking negative. Or, you know what I'm saying? And so they'll latch on to you or they'll come in your house. That's why you got to get some stuff called, what's the name of that stuff? It's called Creolin.
Have y'all been having headaches lately? Y'all been feeling dehydrated? We just had 5x flares within the past 3 days, you guys. Solar maximum is ramping up, especially in the month of August. And people are reporting that they are seeing the aurora borealis as far as Alabama. Check this out.
Government scientists keeping a close eye on the sun following a series of intense flares that started over the weekend. NBC's Tom Costello covers Space Force, joins us now with more on this ongoing solar phenomenon, if you will. Tom, help us understand what this is even all about.
Well, it's incredibly cool if you're a space geek like me, right? Space weather forecasters are reporting severe geomagnetic storm conditions on the sun, including at least 5 strong solar flares since August 10th. And the activity was more intense than initially expected. So we're right now in a period known as solar maximum. And the sun's magnetic field is right now at its peak of an 11-year cycle. It sends out bubbling, shooting streams of plasma that are 400 times hotter than the sun itself. And scientists are expecting that this increased solar activity will continue. But the intensity of this flare-up has really caught them by surprise, Craig.
So 5 strong flares since early August. Any idea how this could impact us mere earthlings here on the third rock?
Yeah, that's right. And nanu. Listen, we've seen it in the past, and it could happen again, right? Interfering with power grids by surging higher voltages through transmission lines. So power companies are taking steps to avoid disruptions. We could also see high-frequency communications affected at high altitude. So we're talking about GPS and radio signals that could be scrambled. And the storms can even increase the Earth's drag on satellites in low Earth orbit. Thankfully, no major problems reported right now. And by the way, the auroras from these storms are sometimes visible in the night sky, even in the summer. Forecasters say we should watch the sky tonight. As far south as Alabama, as far west as California, you might see a trace of auroras even here we are in August.
Have y'all been having...
That's one thing that I really want to get a chance to see is the auroras. Yeah. I would love to see that one day. I think everyone deserves to see that. You know, just seeing all the colors in the sky. Yeah, that'd be a good sight to see. Bro.
So Kanye West gets greeted as Christian billionaire as he enters South Korea for his concert. And at the end of the concert, he closes it with a prayer in Jesus' name.
God hears you. No matter what you did, you know God forgives you. Heavenly Father, thank you for this night. Thank you for my friends and family. Please watch over them. Watch over everyone tonight. In Jesus' name.
So Kanye West gets greeted as Christian.
Keeping women down and oppressing women, that's all in there. All these things were put into place so they can keep their power, taking over certain lands. This is our land because God gave it to us and all that. Sounds like man. It doesn't sound like the creator of the universe is writing some of this stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. There's good information in the Bible, the Quran, and all these other religious books. There's great information. Matter of fact, if you apply some of that stuff to your life, you can actually see a change in your life for the better. But you have to be able to discern what is godly and seeking the light and what is actually manipulation by man. Because anything man touches is corrupt.
Yes, and that's how I live my life. Like I feel like whenever I see something anywhere, to be honest, I'm like, what's the opposite say?
Right.
It's like it's like it's a battling line. That's why I think the work that you're doing is so important and real. And I feel like, I don't know, these are the conversations I enjoy because it explores the stuff that I think is the truth. And I think what you're doing is incredible. And do you ever feel like you came from somewhere else? Like where you're here for, obviously here for a purpose. I think everyone is in some capacity, but you're doing some crazy shit. Yeah. So it's like, do you feel like are you human? Like where are you from?
I get it. Keeping women down and oppressing women, that's all in there. All these...
Bro, listen.
Yo, what?
Ain't no way this is NBA YoungBoy now, bro. Yo, even this person commented.
Yo, this is not NBA YoungBoy. That is not NBA YoungBoy, man. They gotta cut it out. What is going on? Ah, man.
Yo,
that is crazy.
He ate a bowl of cigarettes. Nah, this is actually scary as hell, though. Why does he look like that, bro? Yo, I don't know. This gotta be like a failed clone or some shit. Yo, what is going on in the world, bro? Like, this is actually crazy. Like, this looks nothing like YoungBoy, gang. Like, am I tweaking? Y'all, am I tweaking? Like,
Somebody said that's NBA dumb boy. These comments is hilarious.
am I looking at the right thing? Like, I don't, bro. Hold on, bro. My eyes must be messed up, because why does this looks, what is that, bro? Like, that looks nothing of what I know, bro. Like, bro, why you look like a pharaoh or some shit? Like, bro, what the hell, bro? This is crazy, bro. Like, he look like, oh my goodness. My nigga got his mini-me on his shoulder. Dog. What the
Who is Eddie Kane? Somebody Eddie Kane.
What is this, gang? Yo, what?
Somebody said Eddie Kane merged with YoungBoy. That's NBA Fun Boy. Wow. That's the unk status. He do like an uncle right here, I'm not gonna lie. Dang.
Every single person, they have a lucky number. And Michael Jordan's lucky number happens to be the number 23. How do you pull this off? Look at his birthday. Michael Jordan is born what day?
February 17th.
What year?
1963.
Okay. The first number in his birthday and the last number in his birthday. The number 23. I'm not sure if he knew this. Someone told him. Maybe he got lucky. Regardless, this is how you figure out what your lucky number is. So what is your lucky number? 41. So that is the number at the roulette table that you should be putting
if it existed.
Now, because it doesn't exist, maybe go with the 14. Maybe, a little backwards. So what you have to understand is this is an elite way of using numerology, and we released this on your show. I just did that in Sean Kelly's too, so I guess you're
World exclusive. World exclusive.
Oh yeah, this is coming out before his show, so there you go.
Ha ha ha.
A big thing I had to learn over this past year and a half is to not expect anything from anyone. But also, nigga better not expect nothing from me. A big thing I had to learn over this past year and a half is to not.
Allegations of Martin Lawrence being a clone after dying from stage 3 lymphoma are finally confirmed. Martin Lawrence started his comedy career in 1992 with a hit show called Martin. Unfortunately, in 2022, he was diagnosed with stage 3 lymphoma. He knew he was going to pass away, and he wrote in his will that he accepted to be cloned so that he can continue his work in the mainstream. Martin Lawrence's family has supported his decision and has accepted his clone as part of them. Unfortunately, the clone cannot withstand and is not the same as the original Martin Lawrence, for the clone does not have a soul. Now that the clone is doing interviews with Will Smith, it's being apparent and the world can see it's not the same Martin Lawrence. He's a lot different. His speech is different, he talks a lot slower, and he looks like he's doing bad. A lot of people are commenting like he's on drugs or something. But unfortunately, the truth is, Martin Lawrence is dead. He died in 2022, and we now have a clone. Allegations of
Might be a clone.
When I told my mama that I had cured my 13 AIDS patient, she said, they gonna get you. They gonna get you. I said, but Ma, why they gonna get me? Because you must remember that you live in a society that supports a certain philosophy and a certain system. You being the color that you are, black, and then you going against the grain, they're going to get you.
At least he knew. At least he was warned what happened. But dang. That's sad. He was just trying to help out the people.
They're waiting to see how long will 8 billion people allow 100 families to control them.
Who are these families?
These are the elite oligarchs that control the planet. You know, they literally run us. They tell us what to do, hear, see, smell, taste, touch, feel, where we can go, where we can't go. Don't cross over that invisible line, because if you do, you know, you're illegal and all this other kind of crazy stuff. They're running us, and governments are put in place to work for the people, but they got it flipped and they got us working for them.
Right.
And telling us what they're going to do to us if we don't listen to them. That's the opposite of what it's supposed to be. The problem, the reason why the world it is today, why we have this boot on our neck, is because of us. We're the problem. The 8 billion are the problem. They're sharks. A shark smells blood, a shark attacks.
Right.
A shark is going to be a shark. How come we as 8 billion people haven't stopped falling for these divide and conquer tactics and stop fighting each other over the scraps and realize who the real enemy is? While we're fighting each other, they're just cutting up the pie and laughing at us. Left wing, right wing, all the same bird, right? There's no such thing as a Democrat or Republican. The only thing that does exist, like I say, is a group of elite oligarchs that torture men, women, and children worldwide. That exists. Democrat and Republican doesn't exist. They're waiting to see how long will 8 billion people allow.
That's crazy. 8 billion people, y'all. That is ridiculous. That is so ridiculous.
Okay.
Yo, pay attention, bro. Look how smart they getting with these
Tell me
apps.
when you see something that makes sound.
We gonna talk.
I see a speaker, which makes sound. What is that part of the speaker called? That is the tweeter. It produces high-frequency sounds. Give me a creative alliteration about these. Creative crayons color cheerfully. They certainly craft colorful creations.
This shit getting unreal, bro. I mean, come on now.
What does that part of the code do? This code defines encryption and decryption functions. It seems to use
Y'all hearing this?
AES encryption to encode and decode data based on a key and an initialization vector, ID.
Dog.
Why do you have the sad music playing in the background like that?
That's right.
We coming to an end, man.
What neighborhood do you think I'm in? This appears to be the King's Cross area of London. It is known for its railway station and transportation connections. Do you remember where you saw my glasses? Yes, I do. Your glasses were on the desk near a red apple.
Wow. Let's go talk about this. You mean to tell me this how far we done came, bro, with the app game? No, we ain't even talking about what the government really got. This is what they experiment with, y'all people. Y'all wake up. Y'all probably like, man, why you doing so many videos on this? Dog, are y'all seeing what the hell they on? Not yet are they putting AI into your brain. We all gonna have one next to us. What is the point of college? You're not smarter than Google. You only as smart at what they put in Google. Bruh, this world is going to an end. The poor and the poor is gonna get dwindled out. It look like the poor is about to go underground, bro. Maybe I'm tripping, y'all right below, but only the rich can survive. Who's gonna work? Who's gonna afford all these robots and AIs? Look at this app, bro. What is the point of people? We're getting to a point where people are just pointless. I mean, really? Look at this. How are you gonna hide? Ain't no hiding. This motherfucker just looked at you and just said, you're right here. So imagine a big boy that's in the sky, the big satellite joint that's in the sky doing that, bro. Come on now, this ain't no goddamn conspiracy. They don't just do this shit for no reason. This shit is real. Come on. Bro, talk to me, bro. This has gotta stop, man. I can have that app on here while I'm scanning all day with glasses or whatever, and I will never forget anything, because someone will remind me, yo, you forgetting that. We getting to that level, yo. We getting to the level of I can scan a room and it's gonna tell me everything I need to know about that goddamn room. Yeah, this might be 3 roaches over here, my nigga. You might have black mold over here, Dog. See, I can see where technology is good, but I can see where it gets bad. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't think technology, to me, really, to be honest, I think technology is the devil. For real. We can't stop this shit. It will be demise of all human beings if we keep believing in this shit, because it's only so far that God will let you go. You're surpassing the laws of physics of reality. You understand me? Some things is meant for us to walk and explore. I don't think we need all these shortcuts. The human brain is all going to depend on the computer after a while. After years and years and years of this going into the play, after a while, we're not going to think. We just going to be pressing buttons, my boy. This is it. And only the rich will survive. Hood News Radio.
Okay.
Yeah, that is real though. Like they're going too far with the technology. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure y'all already know they got some secret stuff that we don't even know about yet that they won't release to the public at all. No time soon. They don't want us to know about that. That would freak us out. People not ready for whatever they gonna release, for sure.
I personally think that we're taking too many baths too. Too many showers. And women have got that they need to take a shower 3 times a day. For what? Why would you kill all your microbiome like that? And then usually the showers you taking is coming from fluoride and chloride water anyway. You kill yourself. Why are you doing that? You don't need that. Don't nobody need that many showers a day. Like, really start thinking about this stuff, y'all. It don't make sense. And we've been programmed, oh, that's dirty. Oh, he skipped the day of shower. That's dirty. She skipped the day of shower. How is that? That don't even make sense. Scientifically, it sounds crazy when you listen to the thought of it. It sounds crazy. Preserve your microbiome. Preserve it. I'm not saying be out here 3 days without washing your butts or nothing like that, but ain't nothing wrong if you skip a day, family. My children, I don't take my children baths every single day. I understand the microbiome network. I understand the mycelium network. I understand what bacterium is on the skin for. I understand, and understand that my children need their microbiota. They need the microbiome network. Why am I finna be washing their butts every single day, drying out their skin, pulling all the oil from the epithelial layer of their skin, and then I'm doing all of this stuff inside of chloride and fluoride and metals and aluminum's water that's attached to the city system, okay? Okay, we drink bottled water, and you still washing your butt in this stuff. Like, we have to start thinking preventive maintenance, y'all. When we gonna get to that mindset? We wait till we sick and we on our deathbeds to want to make a change when we can make a change now. And I'm sitting here yelling from the rooftops, hey, we got it wrong, family. We got it wrong. We looking at bacteria wrong, family. We looking at viruses wrong, family. We looking at diseases wrong. All these concepts have been fed and taught to us by our oppressors. They're not going to teach us anything that's going to liberate us and bring us freedom or bring us longevity and health, because they bank and they make their money off of us being dumb, stupid, and blind. So, of course, if they teaching you something, it can't be for your benefit.
So this light-skinned woman on the 20v1 show just called this dude broke and dirty for not having his locks done.
I don't like the dreads, you know.
It's okay.
The hair, I don't know if it's just, when was the last time you got your dreads done?
I just had my hair done, I just took it down, baby.
Okay, the top is giving a little, you know. I know.
These dreads are not for the little fun.
I get it.
It's called locks, not dreadlocks.
Okay, you're right.
I'm not here to look handsome or fine. I'm here to look like a Jim as a man from Earth.
There's nothing wrong with being natural, man. You gonna have a heart attack trying to appease and keep up with the system of society. I want you to make 100K a year. I want you to do your nails, have your hair done every second. Listen, man, we men, bro. And shout out to all the beings on this planet who high maintenance, get their nails manicured and everything, but it ain't nothing wrong with a natural organic man as myself. Yeah, man, job, man. You know what I'm saying? We on the land, bro. I got no problem with grounding my feet, letting my hair go natural sometimes, man, because I think it's beautiful. I love the connection. See, a lot of people don't have a connection with their vessel, bro. Your hair is a very powerful instrument. And the power you get from your hair is not having it done, but eating the right foods and being healthy. Having a clean diet so your hair can consistently continue to grow, bro, so your locks can begin to thicken, bro, you know? And like I said, everybody got their opinion. But I don't be walking around here like, man, y'all hair is straight and fuzzy and furry, and it's so dead it just fall down on the side of your head. Like, it just looks so crazy. But it's cool though, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I get it. Women are very spiteful, and she probably had a nigga with locks back in the day.
You are currently watching footage of a company who will be delivering.
So this light-skinned woman on the 20v1 show just called this dude, and she probably had with locks back in the day. That nigga probably did her dirty. You feel me? So this.
You are currently watching footage of a company who will be delivering sunlight during the dark. Can't believe this is actually real. So this is a company based in California, and they're gonna have satellites that will be orbiting the Earth with mirrors on it. Through these mirrors, the sun will reflect, and wherever you order the sunlight through their app, that's where you'll get it. As crazy as it sounds, they just finished their last on-Earth test where they did it with a hot air balloon. So now they're going to space, and you can apply to order sun starting in the 4th quarter of 2025. You are currently watching footage of a company who will be delivering.
That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Ordering sun at night? What? Like, that can't be, bro. I don't believe that one. They got an app for that. I gotta look that up.
Rap ain't where it used to be. Sales ain't selling no more. Fucking, like, motherfuckers is not buying tickets like that no more to come to them concerts. Like, you feel me? The economy fucked up. Like, what? And these people want you to hold music? This shit fucked up out here. I do rap. If you go on the DSPs like Apple Music, Spotify, all of those places, and you look at where my projects is listed under, like what genre they listed under, they all listed under hip hop and rap. I got a solid fan base, and that's the thing too. Like, I won't lie, y'all. Like, that's another thing I'll tell y'all. Like, the economy so fucked up that, like, it's so many people going out on tour in October. I gotta see if I'm even able to go out on tour in October. Like, you feel me? Or whenever we supposed to go out. Like, I gotta see, cause this shit fucked up out here. Like, everybody don't got it right now. You heard? Everybody don't got it. The world fucked up. People don't got it. I want to be able to, you know what I mean? Like, but y'all got my word. Like, when I do go out on tour, I'm going to put my tickets as low as I can for y'all. That way it's fair for y'all and fair for me. You know, fair for everybody that got it. But I'm going to put my tickets as low as I can for y'all, because I know how the economy is. Like, shit ain't the best right now. Everybody don't got it. Rap ain't where it used to be. Sales ain't selling.
Was he McDonald's? That was McDonald's. Dang.
Did you know the devil have to get permission from God before he do anything? So everything that's happening right now, God wanted to happen. Shit, I'm starting to think God and the devil is the same person. If you love us, why would you want us to suffer? It don't make sense to me, unless you're the same person. The reason why we are in the Matrix right now is because we are under a dark spell. Call it the Hex. It started with this red apple. It's been so many stories about this red apple and what it really mean. I'm about to tell you. Before I tell you, I want to let you know there's a reason why they call New York City the Big Apple. The spell we are under is SEX. This represents desires. Before this serpent came to this planet, we had a different way of reproducing. It was spiritually and it was mentally. We never needed no kind of physical contacts before desires came. If you really look at an apple that's cut in half, it kind of look like something. We call our children seeds, and don't that look like seeds? The reason why we fell from a higher state of consciousness into this ignorant state of mind called the Matrix, desires. We wanted more. Nature gave us everything, but we wanted more. And since we wanted more, the serpent came to us with the red apple, the root chakra of desires, and we started to reproduce, and we became more. And we had more children. More children. Now they are saying the world is overpopulated because we wanted everything. If you can read the language, you can read everything in the Matrix. We live in a duality world. This means something else, and they show it to us all the time. They always show this fake image of Jesus pointing to the red heart. Every image pointing to the red heart. It keeps showing us these images over and over. This represents the root chakras, desires, the red apple. They're telling us our hearts has been taken over by desires. Our spirits is no longer being led by our heart. It's being led by desires. So our heart is locked away inside of the rib cage. That's why they always show this image of thorns wrapped around the heart. And this is the reason why they call New York City the Big Apple, because it's home of desires. Remember, we fell from grace because we wanted more. New York City is overpopulated. They have more. It's the Big Apple because that's where all of the desires take place. Please go watch a movie called Devil's Advocate and you will understand why they call it the Big Apple. It's a bunch of demons walking around looking like people, offering other people desires. Contracts is another form of desires. If you want to know more,
a demonic spirit descended on Beyoncé in the middle of a concert. She is possessed in the middle of her performance. A spirit came from heaven to attack her in the middle of a concert, and people start running away from the place of the show to save their lives, because they are afraid that they will also be contaminated. According to those who were present at the place, the reason is simple. She would have invoked the name of the devil in vain during her various performances, reason for which she was abruptly invaded. And for other people, she would have signed pacts. But forget all that and stay focused. You should note that Beyoncé has always been criticized for her devilish practices during most of her performances. Beyoncé is one of the artists who shock netizens every time they go out on social networks. And even in their concerts, their rage for the devil is not veiled.
Oh, no.
Beyoncé has an unconditional love for the devil. And even in most of her concerts, she is always assisted by spirits. And what do you think of Beyoncé? Your answer in comment. A demonic spirit...
Let me teach you guys some Spanish. If you ever want to get yourself a little Latino woman, yeah, all you have to do is go out to them and say, hola amor, so hello, love, and just literally, this one sentence will get them in your arms. All you have to say is, yo soy basura. And she'll fall in love with you, because it basically means you are a goddess. So remember that. Yo soy basura. You're welcome. Let me teach you guys some Spanish. If you ever want.
To the gods and goddesses. Revelations chapter 17 verse 4 actually predicted Kamala Harris' arrival. Even though the Bible has been plagiarized and heavily altered by the Council of Nicaea, there's still a lot of valuable gems in it. This is the outfit she wore at Biden's inauguration. It states the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stone and pearls, having in her hand a golden cup full of abominations, even the unclean things of her fornication. Now the golden cup is symbology. Golden cup actually symbolized debauchery. And the color purple was the symbol of authority, alright? Purple tend to represent royalty. It also states that the cup was filled with abominations, basically. This suggests that she's deceptive. Everything displayed for your perception isn't what it appears. The world is a stage, okay? The world is a huge stage. We are arriving at the conclusion of this system, okay? There's going to be a lot of distractions that are put in place to try to elude you and actually keep you tethered to the three-dimensional matrix. None of these politicians actually have your best interest. In fact, it's going to be a day when the world is going to realize that a lot of them is not even human. I'll say allegedly for this platform. Now is the time to tap into your inner self and avoid all distractions. The world isn't ending. The patriarchal system is ending. What we are in the midst of is a terraforming process. And at this point, we're separating from 3-dimension to 5-dimension, all right? From 3D to 5D. And what's going to happen is there's going to be what's called a great separation. A lot of individuals, unfortunately, won't cross over to the 5D if they aren't vibrating in a high frequency. This is why it's important that you unplug from the matrix and realize that everything you've been shown thus far have been deceptions. No politician that was ever in office cared about you. Stop looking up to the actors and entertainers. Every large company in the world is owned by the same families. They don't view us as people, they view us as merchandise. Your primary focal point should be ascension and ensuring that you have an activated decalcified pineal gland. Your physical avatar is more advanced than you've been taught in the public school system. Decalcified pineal gland has the ability to see through dimensions. This increases psychic ability. Decalcified pineal gland gives you the ability to lucid dream as well as astral project in remote view. Herbs like Haritaki are effective for decalcifying the pineal gland. Herbs like mugwort leaf as well as blue lotus flower will help you experience things like astral projection as well as lucid dreaming. These are ways you activate your serpentine energy in order to have a Kundalini awakening. For all high quality.
When you see your skin.
Look at this.
So there are several videos going viral right now of what's supposed to be green lasers descending from the sky.
People's homes scanning the ground with that green laser.
People started paying attention after this particular video went viral. In this video you can see a plane flashing a green laser and kind of scanning the ground. This made a lot of people start questioning what the heck was going on. Where were these green lasers coming from? And then just a couple of months later, a CCTV camera captured what looks like several green laser beams of light descending from space. Needless to say, this got a lot of attention, and experts and researchers were saying that this probably came from a Chinese satellite, but no one knows.
What the f is that?
Now this is where things take a really strange turn. Just a couple of months after, there were several videos popping up all over the internet of what's supposed to be these green laser beams descending from the sky.
What in the ever-living fuck is that?
This got so much attention that it ended up on the news, and they actually found out that some of the planes scanning the ground with these green lasers were owned by a company named Randigo, but still, no one knew why they were doing this.
I was just getting home and I saw it going back and forth with a laser beam, and it scanned over me multiple times. I've never had flight radar until this happened, because I'm like, what the heck is going on? But it shows that what kind of plane it was and what type of plane. I don't know who owns it, it just says private owner.
When you put the information Casey provided into the FAA website, it comes back with this information saying it's registered to Randigo.
Little by little, people started researching about Randigo, and they found out several patterns. In one of them, you can see several pictures coming from flight radar of the plane's paths. Whatever they're doing, it's as if they're scanning something, maybe weather patterns, maybe something else. In another Reddit post, someone found out that the company owns 33 planes and 33 employees, and I don't know why, but this raised a lot of red flags.
This dude was going to crash into the house. Wait till you see the laser coming off the bottom of it. Check the radar map. He's 1,200 feet off the ground. You see that green laser coming off the bottom.
And then another Reddit user posted something like this. This plane flew over me this evening and was spraying something. Smell was awful. So I did a quick research just to double check if this plane was owned by Randigo, and guess what? It is. Strange, isn't it? What the heck is going on? It seems no one knows, but I want to know your take. What are these green lasers descending from space and from planes? What's going on?
Wow. That's crazy. That is actually crazy.
So there's several.
Heaven and hell is a state of mind.
Believe that.
Okay. And in fact, hell was added to the Bible by the Roman Catholic Church. It was in the 1600s. They added hell to the Bible. They started adding fear would give them more control over the people. So the hellfire and the brimstone and everything else. And the Nag Hammadi scripts talk about this very clearly. They talk about the fact that the Christians have been fooled into thinking and believing in this all burning hell, destruction, and God's going to destroy you and kill you and everything else. And according to them, they have the same idea I do, is that text and the way it was orchestrated is more written by the same entity that they're running from to lead them to their own demise. Unfortunately. And heaven is, is like I said, state of mind. The mission here on earth is to learn how to bring heaven to earth. It's how to turn this, what we're living in right now. This is the mission for this current time. How do you create heaven here?
Here, come on.
That's the mission.
Yes, sir.
Do you going out, you're working on creating heaven. You're going out helping kids.
Yes, sir.
You're helping building the community.
Yes,
you're
sir.
trying to change people's minds and the way they see themselves and perceive themselves. Have respect and dignity and everything else. That's bringing heaven to earth.
Come on now, making my day, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So if you end up taking the other mindset, the religious mindset is sit back, kick your feet up, watch the world burn, because I'm getting raptured out of here anyway. The infidels can have this.
Mr. Beast committed a war crime on his YouTube channel, but the video was never posted.
No, he's getting canceled. Billy Carson be going in about that religion stuff, don't he? Sure do it.
There's this guy, he was an ex-member of the Mr. Beast team. One video that he was in, a certain challenge. The challenge being him being locked into a room as long as he can.
Oh, wait, that came out.
Yeah, but it was not that one. There was another one. The video you saw was the second try. Because the first try, one of the things they did to the person was never turn the lights off. And the guy in there, he was going insane. Like, this is dead ass legality. You cannot leave the lights on in a prison cell. That's literally like, you can't do that. Yeah. He dead ass couldn't sleep for days. Eventually, he just gave up. Mr. Beast committed a war crime on his YouTube channel, but the video was never posted.
Wow. Hey, y'all haven't tried that though? Try to go to sleep with the light on? Can't do it, King. Oh, I know I can't. It gotta be dark. Dang. I really can't do that. Like, if it was the sun, probably. But these lights is artificial, so yeah, it ain't gonna work.
I'm not a healer. I just help facilitate the healing. The body is a healer. I'll be ingenuous, I'll be disingenuous, and I will be on a high horse to say that I heal the body of anything. No, you have the power. Your body heals itself. And you can do this without buying herbs from me. That's how it's not about the money. I'm a millionaire. It's not about the money. It's showing you who you are and the capabilities that the Creator gave you. A tumor. So for instance, if you're constantly eating foods that you're not supposed to be eating, whenever you eat these foods get broken down and get delivered to the cell. When the foods get broken down and get delivered to the cells eat these foods on a micro level. Well, just like you have to defecate and go to the toilet, your cells defecate. They just don't have legs and they're floating on an interstitial fluid called lymphatic fluid, so they poop on top of them cells. Well, what's supposed to happen is the lymphatic fluid goes through the body and it picks up all of the metabolic waste from the cells and take it to lymph nodes. When it goes to the lymph nodes, you have macrophages and bacteria that breaks this food down. When you break this food down, these foods turn into acid, so they got to go through these lymph vessels, go to the kidneys, and then you urine it out through something called urea. That's what your metabolic waste break down to, potentially urea and creatinine, and then you urinate it out. I'm not a healer. I just help facilitate the healing. The body is a healer. I'll be ingenuous, I'll be disingenuous, and I will be on a high horse to say that I heal the body of anything. No, you have the power. Your body heals itself. And you can do this without buying herbs from me. That's how.
Now, I don't know if these chemtrails is or we having a dimensional portal rift. And I know y'all ready to give me some kind of scientific explanation for this. Shut up. We've been having all types of starburst events happen inside of the sky ever since 2020. I'm guessing that's when God added the update, the rainbow patch, to the server. Some people might say it's just a reflection of the sun. Well, why isn't any of the other clouds around it look like sherbet ice cream has been dumped on it? Why is it that I have personally seen big ass rainbow patches in the sky? Could this be that, solar flare that everybody was talking about? Could this be a daytime aurora borealis? Y'all let me know in the comments though. Why do y'all think that the sun is tasting a rainbow? Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned.
I've been seeing that a lot though. Like that right there, I've been seeing that a lot lately. At first we wasn't seeing this. So there's definitely some type of change up there for sure.
The United States government may have made a deal with aliens. Watch this.
The treaty stated the aliens would not interfere in our affairs and we would not interfere in theirs. We were particularly interested that they do not interfere with anything that would affect our future. We would keep their presence on Earth a secret. They would furnish us with advanced technology and would help us in our technological development. They would not make any treaty with any other Earth nation. They could abduct humans on a limited and periodic basis for the purpose of medical examination and monitoring of our development with the stipulation that the humans would not be harmed, would be returned to their point of abduction, that the humans would have no memory of the event, and that the alien nation would furnish MJ-12 with a list of all human contacts and abductees on a regularly scheduled basis. It was agreed that each nation would receive the ambassador of the other for as long as the treaty remained in force. It was further agreed that the alien nation and the United States would exchange 16 personnel each to the other with the purpose of learning each of the other. The alien guests would remain on Earth, and the human guests would travel to the alien point of origin for a specified period of time, then return.
The United States government may have made a deal.
Have you seen this, or this? Everything you've been told about the single eye is a lie. It's not Lucifer or the devil like everyone thinks. It represents human consciousness. I'm gonna break it all down for you. This is called the Tree of Life. It basically shows how God's consciousness manifests down through these different spheres, which are different aspects of consciousness, and then coming to the physical world. You are a fractal of God's consciousness, a microcosm of God. Pure consciousness cannot enter a physical body. It's too powerful. So it has to filter itself down through these spheres, which are the 10 planets. You possess a body and a divine consciousness. Your thoughts and emotions are not physical. They are an aspect of your consciousness, your mind. The mind has no limitation. There is not one thing you can't think of in your imagination. This is how powerful the mind is. You can expand your physical awareness all the way to the awareness of God and know all things of the universe. In other words, your mind can expand beyond the physical plane and explore higher realms of consciousness. The triangle represents the 3 top spheres of the source of the universe on the tree. This represents human enlightenment and expanded states of consciousness. It's separate from the body. Your consciousness is not a part of the body. Illuminati is illumination of the human mind, an expansion of consciousness. Right. There is one God, one source of the universe, one consciousness. This is why this symbol is on the $1 bill. In God we trust. These hand gestures are symbolizing whether they are a physical worshipper or a higher consciousness worshipper. Have you seen this, or this? Everything you've been told.
We all used to think that was bad. That's crazy too. I used to always think that was like Illuminati, but this is higher consciousness. That's all it is. Remember them days though. Like y'all know we all been there. Come on. Don't act like you ain't used to think that. But hey, we waking up slowly but surely.
Every day for 5 minutes, I used to brush my toes and my fingernails. I use sea salt. I use tea tree oil. So you got to get tea tree oil, oregano oil, and get you some sea salt. Get you a hard bristled toothbrush, and then you put all of this stuff into a little warm foot bath. You get a hard bristled toothbrush. You soak your feet in there for about 3 minutes, and then you brush. You brush your toes, and you brush between your toes, and then you brush your nails. On top of that, I had to realize that my food was fermenting too much because the Candida albicans inside of my small intestines was built up too much because all of the sweets and stuff that I was eating. So I stopped eating fruits for a while. See that? So even though we're frugivores, if your digestive system is not working properly and then you get on fruits, you will heal after a while, but you're going to see a bunch of expectorants. All toenail fungus is a set of fungi trying to leave from the body, so it's going to leave from the extremities. You notice most people with toenail fungus get ringworms. It's the same type of parasite that we dealing with, but without these fungi, without these archaeas, without this bifidum bacteria, without the lactobacillus, we couldn't live.
Every hero needs a villain in order to be a hero, which is interesting because a lot of mythologies and movies, people don't realize that the hero and the villain actually represent the conscious and the subconscious mind, because the villain actually helps the hero unlock their full potential and power. That's why the villain is always stronger in the beginning, and the hero can't defeat the villain until he or she learns to tap into their dark side, which is the subconscious mind. And the hero's biggest problem is that they're usually such a kind-hearted person that they lack the killer instinct to actually defeat the villain. And so to compare that to real life, a lot of times our external enemies are actually the universe trying to awaken something within us internally. The challenges and adversity that we experience in life are usually the things that can trigger the most powerful levels of transformation. Every hero needs a villain.
Dang, that is so real though. Like every hero needs a villain. Anyone can be a hero without a villain. It's great.
6 toxic foods you must avoid. The last food is the worst, so make sure you watch to the end. Number 1, high fructose corn syrup, found in almost all processed foods. From sodas to breads, this sweetener leads to blood sugar spikes, inflammation, and a higher risk of fatty liver disease due to its abnormal processing in the body. Number 2, instant noodles. They have been found to contain significant amounts of the carcinogen acrylamide. Not only has this been linked to cancer, it may also disrupt our brain and reproductive health. They are also high in sodium, which in the context of this high carbohydrate snack can increase the risk of high blood pressure and stroke. Number 3, artificial sweeteners. Substances like aspartame, found in diet sodas and sugar-free products, are linked to a range of serious health issues. You want to avoid them at all costs. Number 4, bacon and processed meats, packed with saturated fats, sodium, and preservatives like nitrites and nitrates that can form harmful carcinogenic compounds when heated. These are linked to heart disease, and eating processed meat increases your risk of prostate cancer, pancreatic cancer, and dying from all types of cancer. Number 5, margarine. A wolf hiding in sheep's clothing, margarine contains trans fats that wreak havoc in our bodies, that raise LDL cholesterol and lower HDL cholesterol. Eating trans fats is linked with an increased risk for nearly all the major chronic diseases, including heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. You might be shocked to learn that it increases the risk of heart disease by 21% and death from any cause by 34%.
She better not be eating no butter. Is that butter? What is she eating? That look like margarine. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, I can tell.
Number 6, added sugar. Perhaps the most insidious of all, sugar is added to countless processed foods and beverages, contributing to obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and other health issues. Excess sugar consumption can also lead to inflammation, which is...
Oh, I heard the funniest shit ever. You know how...
No more bacon, because I ain't gonna lie, I've been eating some bacon. I've been eating some bacon lately. How about y'all? What y'all been eating on? Y'all let me know.
White people, they have their phrases. Oh, yeah. They have their phrases, right? They go, get a load of this guy. That's newsflash, pal. You know what I mean? Let's hit the road. So I saw this TikTok, and this guy, he had a valid point. Yeah. He was saying, like, white people had the best lines, but there's no new ones. There hasn't been a new one in time. They've just been using the old ones. It's been the old ones. But they were the ones that created, like, they were setting trends that we all use. Like, they have some sick lines. They have some good-ass lines, right? Yeah. Like, what's your favorite one? What's your favorite one? No, malarkey. That's a malarkey. Or hit the road, pal. Wait, let's look some up. Yeah. Let me be frank. Who the f is Frank? Let me be frank. Let me be frank. Let me be frank is like, let me be clear. For Pete's sake. For heaven's sake. Who's Pete? You know what I'm saying? How do you like them apples? Like, what the f? That's cold. Like, where did that come from? What is a Toronto slang? Newsflash, buddy. You're barking at the wrong tree. Oh, that's... You know? Like, bro, we don't have these anymore. We don't have these. Leave down in the comments what your favorite one was.
Actors who went to the extreme, part 2. To lose a third of his body weight for his role in The Machinist, where he weighed 120 pounds. Christian Bale pushed his body to extreme limits, consuming nothing but coffee, a single apple, and a can of tuna each day. His goal was to reach 100 pounds before producers had to force him to stop so that he wouldn't die. He also slept just 2 hours a night to enter the mind of an insomniac. After the drastic transformation, he then had to regain 100 pounds in 6 months to prepare for his role in Batman Begins, but had to lose 30 pounds again before filming because he'd bulked up too much. When Jamie Foxx played blind singer and songwriter Ray Charles in the 2004 biopic Ray, he was convinced to have his eyes glued shut to capture the full essence of a blind man. He wore prosthetic eyelids for nearly the entire day, suffered from frequent panic attacks, and was left alone on set several times by crew members who forgot that he couldn't see. Fox was quoted saying, "Imagine having your eyes glued shut for 14 hours a day. That's your jail sentence." Actors who went to the extreme.
14 hours a day, glued shut. Yeah, you basically blind at that point. Dang. He really went all out for that.
Isaiah chapter 45. It says in there, I will give you the treasures of darkness So, wait a minute, right? Darkness, why is darkness a treasure? Darkness is melanin. I will give you the treasures of darkness, Isaiah 45.
Treasures.
The treasures of darkness. You see what I'm saying? So if you go and take the Bible and take it out of the theological context on where you was taught it, and go back and just look, you will find these passages throughout the whole Bible. You see what I'm saying? So if Revelations is a book that explains the unveiling of your soul through different seals, different symbols, the dragon, and all these particular things, and somebody teaches you that this is some horrible thing that's going to happen in the last days physically or whatever type thing, and you were trained on it that way, then you will never get the true meaning on what it's talking about, and you will literally be afraid of it. Revelation is 99% of what's going on in your body. You got 7 seals, you got 7 chakras. You got the great dragon, where you got the Kundalini energy, which is the serpent that rises up the staff of Tahuti.
Now that's the great dragon.
That's the great dragon. You got the beast, which is the number of a man. 666. You got 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, which is carbon. And carbon is the basis of melanin. Melanin is carbon. We are carbon beings. White people are...
A catfish crab? Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Now I know for a fact the Most High did not create this abominable creature. Like, what are we looking at? And you see that somebody genetically spliced this. Or catfish is clapping crab cakes. We are definitely living in some strange times. Cause what I'm still trying to find out is, how did this catfish grow lobster claws? I now know somebody's gonna be in the comments talking about 2-for-1 catfish nuggets and lobster claws. Like, if I found something like this, I couldn't even release it back in nature. I would have to burn it crispy. Because I know nature has never created this abominational fish crab. Ever. I'm just saying, gang, what's really going on at the bottom of the ocean? We don't know. We don't know. But one thing that we do know is this is abnormal.
Yeah, that's abnormal.
Y'all let me...
Now look at this shit right here, y'all. Look at this cheesesteak. No steakums, all ribeye. The Poppy store could never. This is a steak chunk. This is a chunk of steak. And I'm still chewing this shit. I don't know if it's the fat. I don't know if it's gum. I don't know what the fuck it is. I was gonna say I thought I was chewing some juicy fruit, but ain't shit juicy about this shit, bro. Now look at this shit right here, y'all.
He was excited though. He was excited at first, but when you just started tuning and you realize, trash.
Hi, we're going to Chick-fil-A. What can I get for you?
A chicken deluxe.
Are y'all seeing this shit?
Alright, my pleasure. Anything else?
That's it.
Alright, my pleasure.
Cut it out. No, they ain't got this, bro. Chick-fil-A employee working from home.
Just go forward to the window. We'll get that right for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi.
The faster and faster that AI continues to, grow, the more you will start to see the job market become affected by robots.
Look at this. Look at this, y'all. That is crazy. Imagine having a job at home where you can just put this on and then you got a robot at the store doing it. That's crazy.
Now you have people with stay-at-home jobs using a robot to work for them. And the less of your presence that they would need. As y'all can see, this is somebody who's working remotely in Tokyo. The robot is doing the work for him. It looked like he using a virtual reality headset or something. And the first video y'all seen that lady, she was inside of the drive-thru at a work-from-home job taking orders. And it's only a matter of time before we start seeing every job in the job market affected like this from AI or robots. But y'all let me know though, am I tripping? Or is AI robots actually
in your mind? There's different regions of your mind that it needs to be explored. The ancients would map out the different archetypes in the regions of the mind to tap into those regions of the mind, and he did it through the large pantheon of gods, multiple deities that represented the one. When modern day religion came and shut it down and say pray to one God and all this kind of thing, they shut down the important mechanisms in the African brain that made him capable of tapping into advanced levels of his own reality through his own religious and spiritual systems. You see what I'm saying? And after so long of bowing down and not using these latent energies that is used based on multiple deity systems, the brain becomes atrophied or dormant. You see what I'm saying?
Alright, y'all. That is going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed that, took something from it. Got a little laughing, learned something new. All that good stuff. Alright, I'm sending peace, abundance, prosperity, good health your way. Please make sure you take care of yourself, alright? You know, if you are going to indulge in some bad food, make sure you go take a walk, work out, do something, man, for your health. Something good for your health, alright? But with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next upload. Peace.